Hey everybody, welcome to the season finale of Corran in the Mornin. When I say it's the season finale, it just means I'm going to be a little less regular posting content here for a few weeks, while I spend more of my Star Wars CCG time actually playing the game and getting ready for Worlds. I'll probably do a few episodes now and then as long as I'm not burnt out, and I'll start back up regularly posting weekly episodes around November or maybe at the first of the year. For this episode, I'm going to give my surface level impressions of the newly spoiled Virtual Set 19. Please follow along on the link listed in the show notes. I'm not going to read the text of every card because the show's already going to run long and I'm tired. I wrote that script several days ago, but it's still true. So we'll start with Darkside. I'm just going to go along the list like it appears in the thread on the forums. So we've got Vader, premier introductory 2-player game Vader. I've been asking for a virtual 2-player game Vader for a while. This guy doesn't disappoint. He's got stats and he does things. I don't know what any of the cards he pulls do, but I'm happy he exists. Adultery Define seems weird. I think he's there to help destroyer droids, which totally here for. I guess he even helps a little against Master Luke. No, he doesn't. Actually, yeah, he doesn't. Well, hopefully if he's good. I accidentally bought him when I was trying to buy a different Nemoidian. It happens more often than you'd think. Elon Sleazebagano. As with Vader, I'm just glad he exists. He's a Black Sun agent and has a Destiny 5. Seems great. Fennec Shand. Rock solid bounty hunter. I'm always happy to see more bounty hunters, and her ability to retrieve with scum without having to worry about battle damage is pretty amazing. Just make sure you're ready for the counter beat if your opponent doesn't draw destiny against you. Magistrate Morgan Elsbeth. Happy to see more Mandalorian characters getting cards. The Emperor V. Okay, this is a heartbreaker. I've been wanting the virtual of the Emperor that could be used only in Black Sun for some time. Black Sun is one of the only decks that still needs 5 or 6 Emperor Palpatines. And this guy is at most a one of for anyone playing that deck if budget isn't a consideration. And for those who budget is a consideration for, it'll lead to a ton of feel bad moments where you draw a 4 and a 6 would have won. Here's hoping for a helper that requires AOBS to play this version. Tusken Raider with Hunting Rifle. At various points in my life, I'd see this and immediately sketch out a deck with 15 copies. I'm not quite there, but cheap, non-unique characters with permanent weapons seem pretty good. Crossfire is a card. Unkar Plutt is another character that deserves a card. I don't know what I'll do with him, but I'm glad he's there. Observation Holocam. Seems like this might have a place in court, but I'm not sure. Just always cool to see new and interesting devices. No Escape. Just like the non-V version, it's the best card in your deck. It also takes care of Landing Claw and keeps Nabrin honest. I like it. If you're worried about Honor of the Jedi, you can stick with the old one. Grievous's Gambit. I guess my Destroyer Droid decks play this card without actually playing the system. That seems weird. Yeah, I don't love this as a starting interrupt, but we'll see. Surely you can do better. Seems fine. I'd like to see Dooku's Revenge of the Sith do well. Not sure how the lightsaber combat clause impacts the deck. Thunderflare. It's a Star Destroyer. Vader's Lightsaber V. Prequel Vader deserves a lightsaber. This seems like a lightsaber with slightly different text. I'm on board. Alright, so the Thrawn theme. I'm just going to talk about the theme as a whole. The Thrawn theme is really hard to wrap my head around. I'm sure it will click after I play a few games, but it's definitely a card stacking minigame. None of the cards related to the theme really jump out, but I have high hopes. It all feels thematic. My only complaint is that the objective doesn't encourage playing dreadnoughts. I know the Katana fleet isn't canon anymore, and this is a canon Thrawn theme, but I'd still have liked the nod to the originals, even if I still haven't finished reading The Last Command. Alright, so light side. R2. Man, there needs to be a version of R2 so powerful that he shows up in virtually every deck. He should be as commonly played as 3PO and more commonly played than BB-8. This version seems playable if you're playing Luke and Anakin. Babu Freak. He's basically a light side Afra, and Afra is great. We'll see how good he is since light side doesn't have as many droids that end up in Lost Pile. Cara Dune with heavy blaster rifle. Cara Dune, a character I liked a lot until her actress became problematic. She deserves a card. It's weird that they made her an alien. I understand mechanically why they chose that, but she fought in Endor and then became a ranger for the New Republic. This represents her when she was unaligned, but still seems like a bit of an odd choice. Dexter Jetster, good old Dex. The last of the when is this guy getting a card characters in the set. Lightside is getting more and more decent aliens. One of these days there will be enough for a tier 1 alien deck, and I'll be here for it. Fen Rao, obviously I like this card. I did a whole episode about it. Steady, and Bargaining Table. Feels like a good build-around card. Like I said earlier, Lightside aliens are eventually going to be good. Weathervane. It's a weird card. Utini, Trooper Assault for Jawas. I'm on board. Coruscant Jedi Temple. I'm going to try floating this cards in some decks, and yeah, we'll see what happens. And finally, the Rebels theme. When I first read the 0 Hour objective, I kind of flipped. This is something we've all been waiting for. It's built around one of the most beloved properties since Disney bought Star Wars. Most importantly, it builds off of existing Rebels cards. Some of the feedback I've heard from others that it might not be tier 1 right out of the gate. Still, it feels like something to mess around with if I ever get tired of mains. Also, I really like Ezra's blaster lightsaber. Well, folks, that's all I've got. Like I said, might not have weekly episodes for a little while, but I'll try to get some stuff posted before Worlds and then after Worlds. And still got podcasty stuff going on. If you don't normally listen to my podcasts, or if you are behind, the Bad Deck Breakdowns feed on the podcatcher of your choice will get you all of my podcasts about Star Wars cards, and also available at kendallcast.ninja. Thanks a lot for your time. Until next time.